Out of the tier 10 battleships, like Yamato, really good for teaching positioning on flanks. Good like for overmatching and such AP throwing. Montana's a jack of all trade. You can use AP and HE. Good jack of all trade. Battleship. Kremlin, good battle tanker. Good for medium and close range. Bungo, if you love those really sweet, just super accurate salvos. What's the hardest battleship to play? For tier 10? Bungo is pretty punishing if you don't. I think the Bungo is pretty punishing. If you don't hit your shots, then you're not gonna do well in it at all. Aki is literally a battle wind sitting Yamato simulator. Incomp, yeah, Incomp could be pretty difficult. Shiki, I don't know why everyone should play Shiki when you can just play Yamato, but you essentially play it just like the Yamato does. Louisiana, it has good guns. It's essentially it's like a Montana, but hybrids. Playstyle's pretty similar. You just have to position differently. Vermont is good old brick smash. Bourgogne is very good for new players. I don't like recommending Bourgogne as much anymore. I recommend it for better players. I don't like recommending it for new players. The salvos are too inconsistent. I used to recommend the Bourgogne, but over time, I have been disappointed too many times by its dispersion. It's really trolly. And I'm not just saying for HE, I'm saying it as in general, not for like AP salvos or for strictly HE. I just mean in general that like Bourgogne is very trolly for its shells. And that's why I don't like it. It's cost me a lot of matches in Bourgogne where the salvos just aren't connecting when they should be. Like, that's what I mean too. I've had great experiences in Bourgogne, but there's also matches where the dispersion Fs you and you just die because of it, or you do a trade instead of getting a kill. Ohio, AP thrower, really good. Really good heal, really tanky. You're not really using HE. In Vermont, yeah, AP thrower. Rhode Island's essentially an American Bourgogne, just way more consistent dispersion. Essentially a same play style. Mid to long distance, HE spammer, AP thrower on broadside targets. A same thing. The radar is just an extra thing for end game. Wisconsin, you play it just like in Iowa. Big long distance, AP mostly, HE on bow and or aft targets. Sibir, brawler, mid to close range. Secondaries. Early game, you do long range, and then you go in later and like you save your HP. Slava is strictly long range. You can't really play it close. It's too squishy. You gotta play it long range. Preussen, you're just throwing AP. Bow in, HE. Aft, same thing, HE. But you're mostly throwing AP in it. It has a really fast reload that you can throw enemies off guard. A lot of people don't expect it to have such a fast reload, but it really can. You gotta stay strictly mid to long range with it. If you get close, you're not gonna do well with it, but you can build it for main guns. Schlieffen, stealthy, blast cannon, secondary build. You build for IFHE to get the secondaries to 32 millimeters. Good torps. No. Slava has a similar dispersion to Yamato, where the further away it is, the more accurate it is. Yeah, it's like Yamato. It's Yamato's dispersion. Kurfürst, it's like a mixed bag. You can technically build GK for main guns, but I build GK for secondary still. But what I do is that I just stay long distance, like mid to long distance early game. I don't try to use my secondaries until later in the match when I see an opening. And if you do go in, you don't try using all of your guns. You just use the front guns and have yourself angled enough to where most of your secondaries are being used, like the main 3 or 4. Do you recommend the special command on Yamato? Yes. But no, Kurfürst is just not as meta. It's a good ship, but it's a high skill level ship. A lot of people try using all of its guns at all times, and that's how you die. You mostly are just using the 2 front guns and then having some of your secondaries firing, keeping like a good angle. But at long distance, you can use all 4 of the turrets because you can easily turn to dodge the salvo or not get hit as hard. It's Murder in My Mind by Cord Hell. Mecklenburg. It's a long distance. It's a long distance HE spammer. You can also use AP as well on broadside targets. It's actually really, really accurate. So you can slap destroyers really good. And thank you for the 312 GGs. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Conqueror, you're essentially a long distance farmer, spamming HE. APs for broadside targets if you do use AP, but 90% of the time you're just spamming HE. It's called Murder in My Mind is the name of the song. St. Vincent is like a mid-range battleship. They're mostly using, like, its AP is actually really decent, but its HE is good too. You're mostly mid-distance, and when you're able to, you can rush people with your torps, which do a lot of damage, like a lot of damage. So if you see like a weak target, you can use islands to rush somebody and essentially nuke them. But if they have torpedoes, you don't want to do that. Incomparable. I used to love playing Incomp, but due to all the hybrids, CVs, and submarines, it's really hard to play. It's essentially, it has the overpin mechanic of the Yamato with the big guns, but it's essentially meant to be like a really like close range battleship, which is really weird because it's extremely squishy, but it's very fast. So it's meant to position, get the broadside, get like a shot or two on a broadside ships and just leave and go dark. But if there's a CV or a hybrid or even a submarine that is able to keep it perma-spotted, you're dead. And you're welcome, dude. But no, the concealment's really good too, 10.6 kilometers. It's more stealthy than a Des Moines. It's meant to be like a glass cannon. You essentially punish someone's broadside, slap it, kill it, and leave the area. And rinse and repeat. Thunderer, long distance HE spammer, also good AP. This thing is absolutely broken in randoms. Anyone that tries arguing that there isn't a more broken ship in randoms than Thunderer is brain dead. Because nothing hits as hard with their HE as Thunderer, and nothing has as good HE and AP as the Thunderer. You can use both AP or just HE and Thunder and still do 200k matches sitting at 18, 19, 20 kilometers. It's ridiculous how good of a ship it is. The problem is that most people that play it are absolutely brain dead. And they can't play anything else. Because they don't have a brain, that's all they play it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's insane, dude. Well, I am actually doing another steel ship video, Makaz, coming up this week. So just wait for that video to come out, dude. Makaz, I have a steel ship video coming on Tuesday. Just wait for that video, dude. I go over each of the steel ships with SAT score. So me and SAT score, it's a 20-minute video, and we legit go through the entire armory really fast. Say yes, no, and why. And that's what we do. So you'll get an opinion on every single steel ship. And in each of the ships we talk about for like a minute. It's very fast, simple video. It's meant to be like quick. Quick and simple. Republic is strictly a long-range battleship due to the French armor, which is terrible. So long-range sniper, staying outside 14, 15 kilometers at all times. And you're closer, you're just going to be dead. AP, 90% of the time, you can use HE if someone's just sitting bow in. So, yeah, pretty good. Bourgogne, maneuverable, good HE, good AP, dispersion's trolley. Long distance, yeah, you can use the reload booster on it to punish broadside cruisers and battleships. Yeah, I don't like the ship because of how trolly the dispersion is sometimes, but it doesn't mean it's a bad ship. The ship itself is really good, it's just the dispersion kind of lets you down sometimes, and that's why I don't like it. Colombo is... I don't know. You can just do everything with it. Long, medium, close. It doesn't really matter. Just spam sap. Why use AP in Colombo? There's no reason. Just use sap. Just sit your ass bow in, angling these guns, bow in left or right with your insane gun angle, and just spam sap. It don't matter. The ship is stupid. Anyway. Lauria. Mid-long distance sap farmer. You can use AP2 if you want. Really fast. I mean, why do you want to sit? Like, the AP isn't good on Colombo, so you're not going to sit very well with it anyway. Let's just be realistic here. If you're trying to citadel with a Colombo, you got to be, like, on a cruiser broadside, you got to be within, like, 12, 11 kilometers. Like, the guns aren't that big. Sicilia is a secondary Colombo, essentially, with AP and HE, SAP secondaries. Overall, it's a fun brawler. Mid to long distance, play at long range at first. Use your smoke to be able to move it, like, once you're in secondary range, you use your exhaust smoke to be able to smoke up and use your spotter to spot the things that your secondaries can farm. Yeah. It could be fun. Thor? I don't know. Like the Thor has really good AP and good HE. The problem is it has like slow turret diverse. It's very maneuverable and stealthy. It's got a nice radar too. It's mainly like a giant torpedo boat battleship. It's really weird. You can move in and turn out. As you're turning out, you use one side torps, and when you're turned again, you use the other side. You can kind of rinse and repeat. The guns are also pretty decent too at distance. So I find it fun in that way. You're welcome. I'm glad you like them. You could also use them to make a quick video about tier 10s. Maybe. Possibly. Probably not. I don't really see the point. I don't know. A guide on the tier 10 battleships. William, mid long distance battleship. You're mostly using AP with it. HE is also decent. Airstrikes are also really good too. Just really hard to aim. The guns are what makes it so good. If the guns weren't as good as they were, then I wouldn't recommend it, but it's super good. Irresistible. If you like farming, then you'll like it. I personally don't like the Irresistible. It's too spotting. You gotta give me a minute to think. Irresistible, I don't like recommending because it's so team dependent on spotting. You're essentially playing a giant cruiser as a battleship role, which already puts your team at a disadvantage. So I don't like recommending it in that way. But essentially, if you're in this ship and someone's trying to push you and you're in smoke farming and someone's spotting for you, they're gonna get farmed out. They're not gonna live very long. Like, they'll get farmed out, but if they run away from you, you're fine. Libertad, secondary juggernaut of the tier 10s. Thing's just broken. Even though the armor on the side doesn't look good, it's such a high side that allows you to angle yourself essentially perfectly when you're bow in or when you're kiting away. to where most of their shells will hit this side and ricochet off, which means you're doing like no damage, which is really irritating. Like really, really irritating. And it has a broken F key. So you play this thing like longer mid distance, and essentially you're only using 3 guns at a time when you're bow in or when you're aft. If you're using more than 3 guns, like when you have 3 of your turrets shooting, and if you have more than 3, that means you're showing too much side. If you have 3 shooting, then you're fine. But if you're showing like 4 or 5, you're showing way too much side. And then you just let the secondaries do their thing.